This program is for informational and educational purposes only. This program is not a solicitation or recommendation for any investment or security. Investments or securities mentioned in this show may or may not be owned by Nepsis Advisor Services. Nepsis Advisor Services is an SEC-registered investment advisor. Thank you for joining Journeys with Joni, Financial Clarity Conversations, today and every Wednesday on Sunny 1450 and 1320.
Welcome to Journeys with Joni. My name is Joni Rametta, and I'm here today with my co-host, Mark Clark. Join us as we travel on the financial road to clarity. I'm excited about our program today. Today we have with us a guest, Lindy Wilkerson, CPA. She will be with us today to talk a little bit about taxes. Mark, let's remind our audience right now, though, first, Nepsis Advisor Services is where we are living and breathing. Let's remind our audience a little bit about what Nepsis, the word Nepsis, N-E-P-S-I-S, actually means.
I can do that. It's awesome to be here. What a great opportunity we have to share our message with people. And I'm really jacked that Lindy's here with us. We're going to have a lot. You're going to make taxes fun, aren't we, Lindy?
Oh, of course.
Awesome. Well, Nepsis is a Greek word that means to be watchful and vigilant, to have a clear and sober mind coming out of a state of catharsis. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Basically, in the investing world, we call it, we want to invest with clarity. You know, we've talked on previous shows, Joni, there's 4 key components to the Nepsis message: the philosophy, strategy, flexibility, and transparency. And those all go into not only the investment component of life, but there are other things that clarity really helps with. And we're going to shed a little light on that today as we talk taxes. Previous shows we've talked about the philosophy. What was our philosophy? We had a great time last time with the philosophy, didn't we, Joni?
We did have a good time last time.
Know what you own and why you own it is our key. Why do we own what we own in our portfolio? What's in our portfolio? Then we go into the strategy and the flexibility and the transparency, all those things. We're going to cover those on upcoming shows. But, we're talking tax today. And if you're listening to the show and you always want an opportunity to talk tax, talk turkey, that's what I keep wanting to say, but we're going to talk tax. We're going to have a workshop. When's that workshop going to be?
The workshop will be on February 6th, 5:30 p.m. at our offices at 6230 University Parkway, Suite 305.
Excellent. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have some good sandwiches. We order Panera Bread. Panera Bread sandwiches, is that what we're doing?
Are we hungry today?
It's right before lunchtime, yes, I'm getting hungry, but we'll have some Panera sandwiches. It's from 5:30 to 6:30. So it'll be a lot of fun, give you an opportunity to ask tax questions, ask investment questions, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So,
and if you want to RSVP for that workshop on February 6th at 5:30, give us a call at 941-361-1484, or you can go to our website. Journeys with Joni, JONI.com.
Cool website. We just got that launched. It's a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of ways to connect with us from the journeyswithjoni.com website. But we have with us today Lindy. Lindy, tell us your name, your CPA. We've had a lot. We've been working together, so tell us a little bit about your contact information.
My name is Lindy Wilkerson. I just purchased T&H Comptrollers in 2008. It's been around for about 22 years. It's located in Venice, Florida. We do have a website, www.thcomptrollers.com.
Awesome. And what do you guys do in your company?
We are a full-service CPA firm. We work with small businesses. We have affordable rates. We do payroll, bookkeeping, and ultimately wrap it up with tax preparation.
Awesome. Well, I love what I do, and, this is going to sound a little crazy, but somehow I get the opportunity to work with a lot of professional females. And, Joni, you've remind the listeners who you are as a person. You're a single mom. You just love what you do, right? I
absolutely love what I do. I am a single mom, and I'm a financial planner, and the Journeys with Joni is about sharing things that have occurred in my life and in other people's lives, and helping other individuals travel down that road and get some questions answered and find out that, we're really not alone in all the things that we're going through, the challenges and the experiences. So just about sharing.
And you bring a unique view to people. I'm a guy. I tend to be very tactical, and as my wife puts it, I don't care. But I've watched as you interact with people, they love the fact, not that I don't care, but I sometimes come across that way. But you bring a special outlook to people because you do have experiences that not everybody has. And from the ladies' point of view, you do an awesome job interacting with people, and they love it. So with that, I get the opportunity. Let's get to know Lindy a little bit, another fellow female professional in our financial industry. So, Lindy, tell us about you as a person. You have any little people in your life?
I have 3 children, 17-year-old son, 15-year-old daughter, and a 10-year-old daughter. And I'm happily married.
Awesome.
That's wonderful.
Those teenagers. Somebody told my wife that grandkids, and I have 3 grandkids, pretty good for being 39. The grandkids are God's gift for not killing your teenagers. So, we can relate to that, can't we?
Oh, it's a challenge.
Every day is a challenge, right, Joni?
It is definitely a challenge. And I think somebody actually, one of my clients actually told me at one point that the reason that God makes teenagers the way they are is so that we'll be happy to let them go. Because if they were as cute as they were as toddlers, we'd probably keep them around for a long time. Don't you think that's probably true, Lindy?
I think that's true. And my son, on the other hand, is also looking forward to going.
Well, that's a good thing.
Well, we're talking about a workshop that we're going to have. When's that workshop? February 6th. And Lindy, you're going to come join us and talk to people. Great opportunity for them to come and meet you, right?
I will be there.
And, there's no question that we can't find the answer to. We may not know it up front, but there's no question we can't find the answer to. And it'll be a lot of fun. We're just going to interact, and we're going to talk about how investments and how taxes work together, because last time I checked, finances, the whole enchilada here, the investment portfolio and the taxes, they impact each other. You find that a lot, don't you?
Oh, yes, and especially now with some of the new rules, it affects a lot of the higher income earners.
Well, great. So you also said you work with business owners. So you guys do payroll in addition to the taxes, just, regular old tax prep. You guys do payroll. You do other business services as well, right? Correct.
We do payroll. We can do data entry, QuickBooks. We do QuickBooks training. For our clients who want to do their own data entry.
One thing I've always found interesting is that the CPA, and I think this is unfortunate, the poor CPA gets stuck with what's happened in the past, and you're expected to be a miracle worker prior to April 15th. You ever see that happen, Joni?
Absolutely. After December 31st, it's a little bit too late to do some of that planning.
And I thought it was cool when we started working together, and I know we're getting close to a break here, but as we started working together, you like to be proactive so that you can plan for the future, so that you can have impact on the upcoming year, right?
Oh, absolutely. We work closely with our clients. We look at their books on a monthly basis. Are they on track with their withholding? What can we do differently? Do they need an IRA? Do they need a health savings account? So we do some proactive things with them and planning ahead of time.
So you give clarity to the tax planning. Awesome. I love it. So I know we're getting close to a break. Joni's giving me the evil eye here. So Joni, give us some info of what to expect upcoming here in this workshop. Remind listeners when the workshop is and how do they get a hold of us?
Well, we're going to be taking a break now, but our workshop's going to be February 6th. That's Thursday, 5:30 p.m. at Nepsis Advisor Services office, 6230 University Parkway, Suite 305. And you can RSVP by calling us at 941-361-1484 or visiting us on the web at www.journeyswithjoni.com. We'll be right back.
Are there too many bumps in the road in your financial experiences? It's time to get off that road and visit with Nepsis Advisor Services. Our next workshop discussing investing with clarity is an opportunity to meet Joni and Mark. Join us on January 23rd at 5:30 p.m. Please call 941-361-1484 today to reserve your seat. Call 941-361-1484 today. We look forward to meeting you. Do you know what you own and why you own it? Join us for our next workshop to learn about investing with clarity by calling 941-361-1484 to reserve your seat today. Joni and Mark look forward to discussing the philosophy, strategy, flexibility, and transparency, the 4 pillars of investing with Nepsis Advisor Services. Call today, 941-361-1484. That's 941-361-1484.
Welcome back to Journeys with Joni. I'm Joni Rametta, and just before the break, we were discussing with Lindy Wilkerson, a CPA, some of the situations that we're talking about with taxes. So we're going to continue on with that right now. So, Lindy, what kind of questions are coming? It's tax time. So are you starting to get some of those tax conversations starting in your offices?
We are. We actually had a lot in December, which was surprising, but a lot of tax questions. What will I owe? What am I looking at? Obamacare, went into, but now is full force with the Affordable Care Act, January 1st. So we had a lot of questions. Should I buy individual health insurance? Should I go with Obamacare? What should I do? And
wasn't there something to do with the payroll too? Wasn't there? There was another tax that now is involved with payroll?
Yeah, for the higher income earners, single earning over $200,000 AGI or $250,000 married, there is an additional Medicare tax of 0.9%. And also if you're over that threshold, 3.8% tax on passive income.
And what exactly is, let's talk a little bit about that. What's passive income?
Passive income is rental income, dividend income, interest income, anything that you don't work for. It does not include your pension or IRA or distributions, but it's investment income.
So it's not your salary.
Exactly.
It's stuff that you're getting income from an investment or something else that you have done, because real estate rental property is an investment that you've done, but you're getting some income off of that. So
Correct.
That would be subject to the extra taxes.
Yes, if you're in that higher income threshold, you could pay an additional 3.8% tax.
One thing that pops into my mind as we're talking tax and passive income, Joni being the CFP, working with the clients, and as we do this, we forget sometimes in the investment world that you got to pay the piper on April 15th. So one of the core investment tools we have at Nepsis is a tax-efficient investment portfolio, and we're able to do that. So we've had several of our clients over the years that have had significant passive income creep up, and so now with these additional taxes, we have the ability to do what's called tax loss harvesting. And working together with our group, especially pulling Lindy into the group from the tax planning, we have the ability to mitigate as much as possible some of those taxes.
Absolutely. So it's just something that you need to be aware of and think about.
Kind of one of those proactive things, if we can get to it before it happens. We were talking before the break how things were reactive for the poor CPA. I really do feel bad for you guys. Here's my stuff, tell me what I did, and then I'm going to be happy or I'm going to be mad at you, and it's your fault. But it's not the CPA's fault.
Oh, it's always our fault if they owe.
We hate owing. We just hate owing. So be proactive, people. Come see Lindy. Come see Joni. Come see us, and let's get a handle on that. So, but we're going to talk about a couple other things. I like the Obamacare Act, but what else?
Yeah, and like real estate. I think there was some stuff with real estate with some foreclosures and things like that were happening in the past that maybe are going to be changing in the future. So we can sort of touch a little bit about that.
Sure. The tax law changed with the real estate as far as foreclosures on personal residence. In the past, it was not included as income. It is right now, no change from Congress yet that I know of. If your personal residence is foreclosed on and that debt is forgiven, you have to include it in your taxable income.
And that's for 2014, not for 2013.
Correct.
Okay. All right. And then Social Security. You get probably a lot of phone calls from people. They're getting pre-retirement age. Should I not take Social Security? Those kind of things. Are you running into any of those kind of questions?
Definitely a lot of questions, especially those between 62 and full retirement age, which currently 66 is full retirement age for most people getting in that area. You're limited to about $14,000 of earned income, or you start having to pay back the Social Security. So a lot of questions, should I take it? Should I not? And there's definitely some things that you can do. If you have a small business and you're self-employed, you could possibly open up an S corporation and kind of do a combination of distributions and payroll to keep you in the threshold.
So as I'm getting older, and as our audience is getting older, they get up to the 60, the 62, before they automatically get that postcard in the mail from Social Security that says you're now eligible, or 66, they should probably make a phone call to you, to me, to discuss the options that they have, because they do have options.
Absolutely. And then you've also got the female who may have been married for 10 years to a gentleman and may not be married to them now. If you were married to someone for 10 years and their Social Security, half of their Social Security is higher than yours, you can collect on theirs. So there's some options and things that you need to be aware of.
So it's just through discussions that some of these things will come up.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. And, you know, working with women is a passion of mine as well. Being a single mom, you know, sometimes you're sitting around, you know, somebody else is helping you do things, whether it's through a divorce or, you know, a death or something like that. Your situation changes and you were relying on somebody else and now you're all on your own. So, you know, what are some of the kind of things that you would do if I was a single mom, walked into your office and said, help, I don't know what to do?
I do send out a checklist that shows what documents are due, what you need to prepare the tax return with. We also have a unique we have a unique service, I think. We sit down with our clients for half an hour, go over the tax documents, maybe see if it's complete, maybe send them back for homework. After the tax return is prepared, I sit down with the clients again for another half hour and actually go over the tax return. So they don't just come by, pick it up, and it's gone. They have to understand that tax return because by penalty of perjury, they are signing off. They understand it.
Right.
So I think it's important for them to understand it.
And there's a lot of times where women actually don't understand some of that stuff because the man of the house was responsible for all those finances. So now it's time to learn that. So that's very important that we share that information with our clients.
Right. And we've had a couple of ladies whose husbands have passed away. And so I'm working with them closely on collecting the documents and what's going to work best for them.
You know, I want to talk more about that. We're up against a break, but before we were starting the show today, we were talking. You had a really funny question in reference to some lady called you in reference to what was the topic? She asked you if it'd be better if she got divorced. I thought it was hilarious.
It was Obamacare. She called and said, do you think I could qualify for Obamacare and it could be affordable if I got divorced?
I just think that you know, it just shows the desperation of the good American people going, I'm sick of paying all these taxes. What can I do to mitigate some of the pain that I'm feeling? That's really where the question came from, isn't it?
Exactly. And she's uninsured. She's supposed to buy insurance, but she still can't afford it.
Well, great. Lindy, what's your phone number to your office?
We're located in Venice, and it's 941-484-4980.
And we got a workshop coming up, Joni?
We got a workshop on February 6th at 5:30 at Nepsis Advisor Services on University Parkway, 6230. Call us to RSVP 941-361-1484, and we'll be back after the break to talk a little bit more with Lindy.
Are there too many bumps in the road in your financial experiences? It's time to get off that road and visit with Nepsis Advisor Services. Our next workshop discussing investing with clarity is an opportunity to meet Joni and Mark. Join us on January 23rd at 5:30 p.m. Please call 941-361-1484 today to reserve your seat. Call 941-361-1484 today. We look forward to meeting you. Do you know what you own and why you own it? Join us for our next workshop to learn about investing with clarity by calling 941-361-1484 to reserve your seat today. Joni and Mark look forward to discussing the philosophy, strategy, flexibility, and transparency, the 4 pillars of investing with Nepsis Advisor Services. Call today, 941-361-1484. That's 941-361-1484.
Welcome back to Journeys with Joni. Just before the break, we were talking to Lindy Wickerson about some of the questions and stuff that she's getting in her CPA office down in Venice relating to taxes. And I think, Mark, didn't you just ask her a question and leave us sort of hanging there?
Yeah, I did. It was a hilarious question that the person asked you on the phone. Should I divorce the guy? You know, in reference to mitigating the taxes, and we didn't answer the question because we got to laughing and got into the break. But well, you didn't tell her to throw the guy out. What was the answer that she was given by you?
I didn't. I told her that it didn't matter. With Obamacare, it's household income. So whether she's married or divorced, she's still planning on living with the guy. So unfortunately, that's what she's stuck with is the household income.
Stuck with the guy too, right?
Oh yeah, stuck with the guy too.
I'm just kidding. I'm the guy. So, but you know, before we got to laughing and carrying on about that, Joni and Lindy, you guys are really talking about what I view as a very passionate subject. And we've talked a little bit here in today's show about a topic of being proactive in your planning. And by the way, we do have a workshop coming up. We'll give you the details on it. It's February 6th. But this is a great opportunity to come and talk about some of these things or meet us. And the most important thing I believe you can do is formulate a team. You know, when you do things in a vacuum, you're not the expert in everything. I'm not the expert in everything. That's why Lindy's sitting here with Joni and myself today. But the emotion of losing a spouse, the emotion of being, and especially from the female side of the conversation today, since I'm here with two lovely ladies, we have the opportunity to really talk about the experience of you haven't done it all your life. Now you're stuck doing it because you have no one else to do it. And you've seen some things happen proactively by some clients. What have they done?
Yeah, I've actually seen husbands who have prepared the returns their entire life, but they know they're getting up on age. They want to take care of their wives. And so they've actually brought their tax preparation into my office. They've brought their wives into my office, and I've sat down with both of them, and we've gone over the process and gone over the documents, and then, finally the tax return, because they want to make sure that they have someone they can go to if anything does happen to them.
And you have a real ability to make it more understandable, more, user-friendly, I guess would be a word we could use.
Absolutely. I don't tell them how to build a bridge. I tell them how to cross it.
That's a cool way to do it, because, you think about all the programs. I won't mention any names. I was really close to getting in trouble there. But, there's all kind of do-it-yourself programs. But when somebody hasn't done something all their life or ever, it can be intimidating. So that's very neat that you have that. We were talking earlier about the experiences that oftentimes it's the female that, I guess, either they marry a guy that's older or we're not as durable as y'all. But, what's the experience been like? What are some of the challenges that some of the ladies have faced, from their fears coming into this?
Oh, good question. The challenges that I've noticed, at least in the past 2 years, I've got a couple of ladies whose husbands have Alzheimer's, so they're their caretaker. They're trying to take care of them. They're trying to figure out where the money's going to come from. So they need some guidance there, which Nepsis can certainly help out with that.
Exactly. And Joni, you can speak to that as well. You've had clients come in that, or people that are referring people that you're trying to talk to them, begin to work with them. What's been the lady's experience from the investment side? Are they going, well, he's always handled the investments?
Yeah, that's the most of the thoughts. A lot of people think, oh, I don't need to know because he knows. Unfortunately, at some point when he doesn't know anymore, then you have to know. So it's really about educating them and just, slowly over a period of time. I mean, it's not something that you need to dive into right away, but you need to know where the money is. You need to know where the checkbook is. You need to have some kind of a comfort level on where your income is coming from and how much income you have, because if he's got Alzheimer's, he's not going to remember where everything is. So it's very important to, have all of your financial information in a space where you know where it is. And, I know that we have, a binder that you can have that, you put your monthly statements in and your bank statements and your pensions. And I think, Lindy, when we're looking at a lady who doesn't know where everything comes from, we can take that tax return and we can sort of dissect it, and we can say, okay, something came from this place and something came from this place, and we can start to put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Right. And also, because T&H Comptrollers meets with our clients at the end, a lot of times we meet with the husband and wife at the same time and go over the tax return together. So that also helps, through the years. If they're exposed to that, then it's not going to be as intimidating.
Absolutely. And we talk to the women. I mean, we don't just talk to the man.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe he is the head of the household and he's the one who knows most of this stuff. But I always find myself directing my eye contact and looking at the women a little bit more and making sure and checking in with them and saying, do you understand what we just said? Because, we have little abbreviations and we have things because, you understand something, making sure that they understand what we're talking about.
Right. However, sometimes it's the man that needs to understand, because the woman does it all.
No.
That can be true, too.
Yes, it's true.
I can't remember who said this, but a famous gentleman one time said, I'm the head of the household. And his wife quickly spoke up and said, yes, but I'm the neck. So we all know who's in control. There's no question about that. You know, the cool thing about this is, and, you know, I know we're running out of time here, Joni, but oftentimes, especially when you're in a situation where it's almost crisis or it's a life change event, it's a good idea to take an inventory, and oftentimes one of the spouses may not even know where or what everything is. And I think it's important to take an inventory combined with the taxes. And I think you two working together with the clients, it just brings a special dynamic to the relationship. You've had that happen a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a partnership. It's about the relationship, and it's about a partnership with all of your advisors working together to help you get through whatever you need to get through. And
the coolest thing you can do is come sit down with Joni or Lindy. Start with one of them. Start with both together. We can do a coordinated appointment. But I know we're out of time, so tell us again about how we can connect with Lindy.
My business, T&H Comptrollers, we're located at 200 Capri Isles Boulevard in Venice. 941-484-4980 is the phone number.
And you're going to join us for a workshop on February 6th from 5:30 to 6:30. We're going to have a lot of fun. I know it's lunchtime. I'm hungry at this point, but Joni, sorry about that. What's the date and time again, and how can they get a hold of us?
Well, thank you very much for sharing your time with us today. I hope that you all learned a lot. We're looking forward to our workshop next Thursday, February 6th at 5:30 at 6230 University Parkway. You can RSVP by calling us at 941-361-1484 or go to www.journeyswithjoni.com. Thank you for joining us today. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
This program is for informational and educational purposes only. This program is not a solicitation or recommendation for any investment or security. Investments or securities mentioned in this show may or may not be owned by Nepsis Advisor Services. Nepsis Advisor Services is an SEC-registered investment advisor. Tune in to Sunny 1320 and 1450 Wednesdays at 11:30 to Journeys with Joni. You'll learn more about the financial decisions we make every day and how we can gain financial clarity in our lives. So join Joni Rametta Wednesdays at 11:30 here on Sunny.